All right, we're going to be getting started in a few minutes. Give some people some time to get on. I appreciate everyone who is here. Today, we're going to go off a continuation from last week where we're going to put together your Facebook page if you haven't already did it. I know some of you've already have done that, but I want to just walk you through uh, how you can get your Facebook page moving, and then we're going to walk all the way through to building an ad to writing up our ads all the way to your lead generation form and uh, putting together what you're going to have for your email follow-up. uh, we got some good content. This is how I run my businesses every day. Like, this stuff here really does work. I know that there's other stuff that people might have out there that that can work too, but I'm just telling you that this here, like today for sales, was just, I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, if you could get something like this in place and you don't need to be on all the different platforms, you can make your business can really start to thrive. I just gotta, let's give people a few more minutes to get in. I'm gonna go grab my water and then we're gonna get started. Thank you for coming. We're going to jump right into it because I know you got other stuff that you probably need to do. Um, Again, just in case you don't know, my name is Stephen Williams, and what I do is I help business owners generate leads because I believe that if you have enough leads coming in every day, your business will never struggle. You'll always be able to make sales, and also you will be able to make your business better later, which is something I see a lot of people focus on trying to make their business perfect. And when they do that, they forget about how they're going to bring in business. Some of the best ideas that people have had ended up just going off to the wayside because they never thought about how they're going to bring in customers. So let's get started here. Some of you probably have Facebook pages. If you can, in the chat, let me know if you have a Facebook page already up. Just let me know. You could say, just yes or why or whatever. Just let me know if you already have a Facebook business page, not personal, Facebook business page. And you should never run your Facebook business from your personal page. I've seen that with some people. And I think what happened is people got either confused where they might see, celebrities run a page, but that celebrity is known by their name, and you'll see that it's verified in that, they're a verified celebrity. So they're actually running that on a business page, but they use their name. All right, well, let's get started. The first thing that you need to pay attention to when putting together your Facebook page is that top banner. That's advertising space, just like a billboard that you can utilize. You need to let people know everything about what you're doing, but not overcrowding it. But you need to let people know what you're doing, how they can contact you, anything that you feel is important for people to be able to know about your business. You want to have that on that top business page, and there's softwares, or you can go to graphic designer to have it laid out for you. I'm going to show you an example of mine in a minute, but you can put a picture of yourself if you identify yourself with your business. Some people do that. I do that with my businesses so they know who's behind it, but you don't always have to do that. You could just make a nice banner that will get the point across about what you're doing. And let's see, somebody said, yes, I use my personal page and business logo on my profile. Yeah, what you should look at doing in the future is moving that over to a business page. And the reason why is when you start to advertise, you want to make sure that you're advertising as a business just in case Facebook tries to change some of the rules, or they could do anything. And if you're not advertising on a bit from a business page using your ad account, Some of the times they can come and push, say that you're utilizing utilizing their advertising platform the wrong way. I've seen that happen. So what we want to do is we want to first, now this is if you're just getting your page built, this is we're starting from that ground level. But if you have a page built, then there's going to be some things that you might want to check to make sure that you've done. So when you first get your banner put together, and that's at the top, and Facebook tells you the size of it so it'll look right, and it needs to be professional. Believe it or not, they are going to check those. They do a scan with their systems to make sure if they're looking at a page that might look a little bit kind of shady, or one that is put together the way that they want them put together. If it's put together the way they want it and you get it verified, you will see that you will get indexed inside of Google, you'll get indexed inside of Bing. You can get indexed on several search engines if you have everything checked off and right. Now, even if you don't have it checked off and right, you can get indexed. But the next thing that they're going to do is they're going to make sure that you have that green check mark that says verified. And the further along we go, it seems like what social media platforms and search engine platforms do is they just bring us all in, and then they start changing the rules later. They just want to get all of us in there, all of our businesses on there, because they want to build the platforms. It's all for free. And then they start changing the rules as you go. And you'll see that maybe you don't, when you put a post on there, it's not going out to as many people as you thought it should be going out to. Or even with your followers, when you put posts, you're going to start finding that your stuff is not circulating the way that you thought that it should. And a lot of that can be happening because the page is not either verified, or Facebook just feels that the page is not professional. And they do pay attention to this stuff. Some people think that they don't, but they really do pay attention to it. And then, obviously you'll have on your page, let me move this over for a second. On your page, you'll have the likes. Let me get my pen going here. You'll have you'll have your date that your page was established. That's going to play a big part in you coming into searches. That's why you want to get that business page set up, because that established date is going to give you more power when it goes to showing up in Google, showing up in Bing, showing up anywhere, because they're going to say that you have that legacy with how long your page has been going. And then also your likes, you're going to want to pay attention to your likes. Never buy fake likes. Let your page grow organically. I know that there's a lot of different programs and things that are out there that people say, hey, you can build it up. But if you think about it this way, if you build it up with fake people, your page is really not going to be worth anything, because you want people that have came to your page and they like the content that you had on there. They watch the content that's on there, because that's going to play a huge part on you being able to get customers. From Facebook, literally from me posting a video on there that same day for free content videos, I'm not even talking about my paid advertising that I do, I get customers, I get people who message and chat every day, 7 days a week, either saying I'm interested in what you had to offer, or tell me more, or I have this situation, or I watched the video and your video helped me out of my situation. All right, so now the next thing is, if your page is new, you need to put some content on there. And the way that I like to do it is you want to pick four topics that your demographic would want to know about. So I think, who do we got on here? I think we got the credit repair place on here. I'm going to really help you out today, because you should really shown your support. So I'm going to give you a boost here. So let's say that you're in the credit repair business, and you know that some people want to buy a house, so you can make some content. You want to have a good image, so you can have an image, And then you can say how to buy a house at a with a low payment. So forgive me on that. So what you can do is you can make some content and you can say how to buy a house with, I got that wrong, so X that out, with a low monthly payment. Something like this will really hit right now because everybody has the high interest rates. Everybody is worried about if they should buy a house because of the interest rates. Everybody's worried about if they should buy a house because of the prices. And you could just, put yourself out there and just say how to buy a house with low monthly payments. Or it could be any topic, but you could pick one on houses, and then you could say how, and I've really done these, how to buy a car and get a low payment. Like these here, I've done these before when I got started, and it just brought in people. And then we can make another one down below here. Let's pick another one. And then these are going to be images. You always want to have a nice image with those. Let me turn this phone down here. And then we can have another one here. How to boost your credit scores. And then you have your image. And then we can have another one here. How to get rid of medical debt on your credit reports, and then a nice image. And so some of you might already be doing this, but I find that a lot of people don't do this. What they'll do is they'll make posts and they're trying to sell people. They're trying to make a post to sell people. And I understand, I've even went down that route before. When I first started on social media, I was like, hey, everybody's on there. All of these potential people are on there. It's free. Let me just try to, blow things up and maybe I'll go viral with a video. But it really doesn't work that way. If you could just get yourself thinking of what your potential customer might be thinking in their mind. And here's the thing, here's a huge, you could say that this is a huge secret that a lot of people don't tell people. Even some of the top people in social media, they don't even tell people this. And this is something that I figured out. When you put something like this, let's just say you have this post, you put this post out there, this one here, you put this out there. We think that we're going out there to present ourselves to people, and you are putting yourself out there to present yourself to people. But here's the secret with social media. Here's the secret with YouTube. Here's a secret with all of these platforms, is that though they already know what these people are interested in. They already know. They know what we're interested in, what I'm interested in, what you're interested in. So if you construct the solution to what people are already looking for, the algorithm has no choice but to send them to you. Nobody is on there saying, I want to sign up for credit repair service. Now, if they opted in on a form and they went to a page and someone had a pixel, yes, Facebook would know that. But the majority of people for any product or service out there, they are not saying, I want to buy this. What they are saying and doing is they're sitting there searching and looking for solutions. And so the people are already there. All you have to do is put solutions out there. If you could just think about it that way, I'm going to just put all of these solutions out there, because the search engines or the algorithms with the platforms, it's going to bring those people to my solution. And when those people come to your solution and you're telling them some good information, they're not going to be skeptical about what you had to offer. Remember, when you're selling stuff to people, they're very skeptical because the online has brought skepticism to like a level 10, because there's stuff that's out there that people are saying, there's stuff that people have tried, their cousin, their aunt, uncle say, don't do this, don't do that. So their mind is so scrambled up, and all they're doing is they're like, how can I make the right decision on something? And if you're putting out answers, like what I do in my videos and stuff, I just put solutions out there. Like I just craft it either in a message with a post or craft it with a video on YouTube and post that out there. And you would be surprised. People will just come to you. But it's very difficult because we have, as a business owner, we have that urge to want to sell. So if you haven't done this already, or if you have a page now, what I want you to do, this is your homework for this part of what we're talking about. I want you to get your business page put together. I want you to make sure that everything with the settings is right. And then I want you to make sure that you get that page verified. You'll see that if you haven't seen that before, and I'm going to show you in a little bit mine, there's a verification. It's like a green check mark. And even Google is starting to do this. So first, like I said, they brought everybody in, and now they want to say, hey, we want to verify you. And you know what they do when they verify you is that they'll tell other people if the page isn't verified, they have a sneaky way of saying, hey, you know that you're landing on a page that's not verified. They will do that. And there's other things that Facebook does too. When you sell a product, if you get a lead from Facebook, you're going to ask that person, did they buy your product or service? And they're going to ask, what was the experience behind it? Isn't that crazy? So it's like they're like asking people who have become leads, did you end up buying? And then they're also asking what was the experience dealing with that company. Like, it is crazy that they do that. So now we got this. Before I move on, any questions about setting up your page? Any questions? And I'm going to take a drink while I give you a chance to type. All right, no, there was no questions. All right, so now let's move on to the next section. My pen here. So now let's talk about making an ad. This is probably why most of you are here, is to make an ad. And so the first thing when you're thinking about selling something to somebody is that you have to, again, like with this, you have to present what you do, because you don't want to confuse people about what you do. And then you have to give them some sort of benefit for taking action. Now, from the ads that I do, is that I never want to sell people at the beginning. And I don't think that you should ever want to sell people at the beginning, because it's very difficult. There are some direct response type companies that do that, but even with them doing that, the percentage is very, very low. You would be better off if you figured out an offer that would allow people to become a lead, and then you would nurture them through your follow-up system. So taking on the credit repair example, the ad that I've ran this ad for, I think, since 2013, the same ad. And basically what I said in that ad is that I said to people, I've helped my clients repair their credit and increase their credit scores. And then I would just click learn more, learn more for details. Now I'm gonna break this down for you. All right, now here's something that you got to be very careful with Facebook. I know that you might have seen some ads out there that people are running that imply a condition of an individual. With stuff like credit or getting people out of debt, I think they're starting to allow some weight loss. But anything that implies a potential condition of an individual, you want to be careful with your words. You would rather not say, I can help you with your credit, or do you have bad credit? I can help you. You've probably seen some of those ads out there, but those ads tend to get banned after a little while, not because they're not saying something that someone would be interested in. They ban them because Facebook does not want their user to think that Facebook, told you or me, the advertiser, about their condition. That's why for a long time, Facebook did not allow weight loss ads to be on there, because they said it would imply a condition. With my Facebook ads, early when I first started doing them on Facebook, and I had figured out how to generate leads, they had banned my account. And when I had talked with the representative, they said that you cannot imply that you know that someone has bad credit. I was like, I didn't imply that. And they were like, your advertisement implied it. And I was like, well, if you were to tell me that, then I, put that in there. So what I've done is I've just stayed clear of ever making it like I know they got bad credit. So in this statement here, I'm saying I've helped my clients repair their credit. And when people read that, they will just say, hey, wait, I got bad credit. Maybe he can help me. This ad here has ran since 2013 with no problems. I've never turned this ad off. All I've done is refreshed it. Maybe you've even seen that ad out there. It has, I think, probably about likes, probably about maybe 10,000 likes. It could be about that. Comments in the thousands. And every day all we do is just go back on that ad and we just reply back to people saying, hey, go to the website, or click learn more, because we really want them to click learn more because it goes straight into our lead funnel, which I'm gonna get into in a second. But so I've helped my clients repair their credit. This is the benefit. And increase their scores. Benefit, what I do, repair credit. That's what I do. And if you want more information, click learn more for details. Even though Facebook has that learn more button right there, don't leave that up to them to find that learn more button. One of the things in direct response marketing, you always want to tell the person, call now. You ever watch those commercials for mops and all that stuff? They're like, call now. They don't want you to just write down a number. They want you to call now. So the same thing, you want to tell people what you want them to do. So even though we're not saying if you got bad credit, you can call me or you can click learn more, we're essentially saying the same thing. I've helped people with repair their credit, increase their scores. Click learn more for details. Like I'm implying to them, but I'm not making it. I'm making it comply with Facebook's rules. Is that, hey, you got bad credit? Click learn more for details. Now, here's a little secret with the picture. Here's the little secret with the pictures. If you put a picture of a regular picture, either of yourself, if you feel comfortable, or maybe someone with your staff that feels comfortable, you're going to get better results. I can just about guarantee it. You're going to get better results. I've tested it. I've worked with companies. There's something about a real picture. Just think, like, if you're scrolling and you see a real picture and then you see a picture that looks like a stock photo picture. Even if it looks good as a stock photo picture, people, for some reason, it's like it's something in the back of our minds. I don't think it's real. And when people have not utilize your product or service, they are only going off of your words and they're going off of what they can see visually. And for some people, unless it's like a product, that's different. But if you're talking about selling a service, people get real skeptical when you start putting those stock photos. They get real skeptical, but I do understand that some people are not comfortable about doing that. It just understand that if you're not comfortable doing it, your lead cost will go up. I've done for my own business, I've done probably, I think they said on my list, it was probably over 2,000 ads just for my one credit repair business. And I've done thousands of ads for other companies. And I can tell you that the ones that had a stock photo were the toughest ones for us to get the lead cost down. And we either had to find a stock photo that had a person in a position that, where at least it looked like they were really in that person's office, even though people don't know what it looks like, but it doesn't look so much like a stage photo. Then, yeah, we were able to get those moving. And probably now, because AI wasn't out, maybe an AI photo could work. I have not tested that yet, but maybe an AI photo could work. If any of you have done that, you can let me know, and then we can, we can kind of compare notes on that. Now, the next thing that you want to do, so we got our photo. The next thing that you want to do on the Facebook ad is right under that picture, there's a headline section right under it. And I'm going to show you an example in a little bit. But right under it, what I would do is put another benefit-driven headline right there. So you could say, in mine, I talk about the price. That there's no upfront fees. That's what I would put right here. So they see what you had to offer. Then I would repeat it: credit repair services, no upfront, and it's service fees. No upfront service fees. So I would repeat that there. Now, the reason why you want to repeat that there is inside of Facebook's platform, they have all of these different type of ads that you can that they will put your ad on. So they have this instant articles. I think that's what they call it. We'll get the correct name in a minute. But they're going to be an ad in the little box in the corner of Facebook on your Facebook page. There's going to be one that runs down the center. There's going to be one that can run on Instagram. And then they have the video within, even though it's not a video ad, it can still run with the video ads that are running on Facebook. So it'll pop in your image ad. And on that one, it only shows your image, and it'll show this part right here, that headline, and it'll show the learn more button. So you'll start paying attention to all the different ways that one ad could be shown to depending on where they're at on the platform. And also these ads also can show inside of the Messenger. They have a way of having that little box show up in Messenger too. So the next thing is you're going to want to know, you have to put this in there. So you got to determine what is going to be your landing page or your thank you page or your sales page. You're going to want to have that, that here. So we'll say www.mysalespage. Now, let me tell you what you do not want to do. You do not send people who become leads to your homepage. You do not want people combing around trying to figure out what to do, how to buy from you, all of that stuff. When you make your ads, it's going to be direct. You're going to make your ad, you're going to generate the leads, and you're going to send them, once they become a lead, to a specific page. It's either going to be a sales page or it's either going to be a thank you page, depending on what type of business that you have. But you're going to need to know this stuff. Because when you put your ad together, you want to make sure you have all this stuff readily available. Next thing that you're going to want to know is that you want to know what is your age group that you're targeting. Are you targeting male, female, both? What are you trying to do? So we can say both. Do you have an income level? Do you have an education level? What do they like to do? What do they like to watch on TV? Let me tell you why this is important, especially if you have a business. Now, when you go to Facebook and you start to place an ad, they have three special categories. They have, and there's one specifically for credit. They call it for credit in lending or whatever. We'll see that in a second. But so they have that section in there for credit, and you have to click that box. Once you click that box, a whole bunch of this targeting is just going to go away. You will not be able to use age. You can do a little bit on income. You can do a little bit on education level, but what they like to do and watch on TV, a lot of that stuff is going to be taken away. So that's why it's very important to know what you're doing when making these ads. So first, if you do not check that box that you're doing a credit ad or within one of those categories, because they have a political one and they have one more. We'll get to that one in a second. I think it's for rentals, and all of that stuff happened when what had went down in 2016 with the Russians doing all of the stuff that they were doing on Facebook. Okay, hold on one second. Someone has a question here, and I'm going to answer it real quick. We ran this is a question that somebody has, and this will be good for everybody to hear this. So we ran and this is what they said. They said we ran an ad set for 4 slides. The first one being a great video, real high engagement, over 20% interaction, above 2% click-through rate. The ad even ran ad through Christmas, slowed down, kept average leads. Same day, who never answered the phone, got 2 leads 2 days after the lead, never phone call. Let's see here. Then it slowed down, no leads throughout the rest of the 7-day learning phase. So we switched targeting audience. The budget to only $5 a day. According to Facebook, we needed 50 leads before it optimized. I could tell you right now, that this is a very good question. I can tell you right now, and I don't want Facebook to hear this, but those people who are working in Facebook, all they're trying to do is to get you to spend your money. They know nothing about running a business. And I've actually asked them, they call me all the time. And I just flat out asked one of them, what business are you running? Because the advice that they're giving does not work. So first, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And this is very good. Before we continue, this is what you got to do. I'm gonna move over here to my notes page. So if you watch my videos with your ad, and if you're not getting enough people to click that ad, regardless of what budget you have, so even if you have a $5 a day budget, which is going to be kind of low because it's an auction website, it's an auction type advertising platform, so you might have to lift that up a little bit, but I understand that you got to have your budget. But if let's just say that you have a $5 ad budget and you were running leads and you got 2. I think that's what you said, that you had got 2. Hold on, I'm going to bring you up real quick. I want you to just tell me the experience. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, just to make sure I'm going to answer this right. All right, hold on one second.
Can you hear me, Steve?
Okay, there you go. All right, go ahead. Tell me real quick again what happened.
Sure. Basically, like when we first started out, right, we have very, very minimal budget, $5 a day, hope in hand, heart in hand. So we started running assets with 4 slides. The first one being a video, like real good cartoon videos, you make them yourself, etc. They really catch people's attention. Had over 20% engagement. A whole bunch of other clicks on Facebook. So over 2% CTR. We ran the campaign the first day, we got leads. Second day, we got leads. Third day, we got leads. After that, nothing. And then Facebook estimates that we should be getting about 500 impressions a day. It's not even doing 40, you
Yeah,
know? And basically, like what I understood was like the real key to success with this is like really learning Facebook algorithm and trying to tweak things so that it can work for you. Because it's like I feel like, well, we only got 5 leads in those 3 days, but they say you need a 7-day period and 15 actions, something like that. In the case when you generate leads, it's not 50 clicks. Literally, they want you to get 50 leads so that
yeah,
they can optimize it.
y-
So I figure we're still running that campaign, just so you know, Steve, but it's still very slow impressions daily. You know, we're still waiting on leads to optimize. You read a bunch of things online and say, you know, it's a nightmare for you to go through it. But I figure like if I would have $50 a day, we would do that no problem. It's a really good ad, but how can we really make it work with $5 a day, or unless we just have to wait for it. We just have to, like you said, spend our money until it goes through the whole entire process, because Facebook says 7-day learning period. Before a year and a half ago, it was just 4 days, the learning phase. And then you would really see on the fifth day how your average cost per day or per mile will go from like 70 or $130 literally to like 23, $24 a day after the fourth day. But I've noticed since we haven't hit the 50 leads yet, the ad is still running super slow. And
yeah,
when you check the conversion tab on the tools, it says this ad is running normally. So in reality, you know, like we're really like, I mean, when you're just starting out, you're really afraid, like, am I gonna
yeah,
tank? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Still the money I have, like,
yeah.
should I just stop it and run the traffic and have the
Yeah, this is what you need to do. This is from experience. I'm glad you asked this question because this is somebody who really does this. You have to shut that ad off and make another ad because this is what I know, and this is what I do for my business, and this is what I do for other people, is that you within the same day or the next day, you'll know if that's a winning ad. And if it does not remain consistent, you got to shut it off and don't duplicate it. You just make another ad and you make sure that whatever you change, you just so if you with your new ad that you do that you make slight changes to, note it down so you don't end up doing the same thing over again. And then that ad, turn that ad on, and that day or the next day, you should be getting leads. When even now the smallest ad that well with my sales reps for credit repair, I give them each a $50 a day ad that they run. And with Facebook, it's always like $2 or $2, like $2 $38 a lead. And whenever like when Facebook called me and they said, hey, we want to improve it or this, and I'm like, well, these are the people who designed it, so they must know what to do. And they do know on some stuff, like with the pixels, with the buying and all of that stuff. But when it comes down to your particular type of business, they really don't, the people that are talking to you don't really know. So you're going to have to always do that hard work to find the ad that will work for you. And you will know that quickly. Like, I'm not one of these people that say you got to run the ad for 7 days to start getting leads. You have to run that. You got to run that ad, and then you should know by the next day. I would say at the most, give it 24 hours. Now, what could be hampering it is the smaller budget. That could be true, because what could happen over the 7 days is that when you average out, so you're doing $5 a day each day.
doing $5 a day each day.
So yeah, that end up, yeah. So and
And
then
again, we have a really high engagement rate. Like it went down, it was above 20%,
yeah,
but during holidays, it dropped down to like, I believe like 12 or something like that. But from what I read online, anything above a 5% engagement rate, you're supposed to be doing well. So people and I see the video clicks. I mean, from just so you have my numbers, like from like 600 impressions, you have like 86 video plays over 3 seconds and over 15 seconds. The video is only 26 seconds long. So like
Yeah.
I honestly understand that it's just the ad is good. I just believe it's the $5 budget that's really just throwing my
Well,
money away.
yeah. Well, now this is what I do. I I I I've ran some video ads, but when you add up how much it costs to generate a lead on the video ad, it just doesn't remain consistent. What I think you should do, you can think about this, is just run a static uh image ad. Now, let me tell you the reason why is because you want that person to make a decision. There's a number of things when you're making a video ad, there's a whole bunch of different things that could either help them become a lead or stop them from becoming a lead. And because you're new and getting stuff going, you really need to get this business moving and making some money. You want to have the least amount of potential interruptions or potential ways that they cannot believe in what you're doing. And so the best way I think would be to put an image ad, and you can follow the steps that I was talking about with a picture, or you can even test it with a stock photo, but the lead cost might be a little bit more. And then the only decision that they're going to make is by reading your text at the top. So they're going to see your text, see your image, and so if they're interested right there, there's nothing else that could talk them out of it, unless the image on the picture doesn't seem right to them. And then they're just clicking that learn more. And then you got them right there, because now they're in your lead, your follow-up process after they became a lead. I really do think, if you can, that you should test that, because I've done video ads even for my credit repair, and I've done it. I own a medical company, and I did a video ad, and the one that has people, just a one of a nurse helping a person, that ad beat the one with the video out of the ballpark. It always generates leads. And I think it's because there's not too many choices that they have to make. They're just going to read it. If they're interested, they have to move forward. But your video could be entertaining them. Your video could be engaging them. So let's just say, with your video, how many people are leaving the comments below? Are they at least doing that?
Nothing, no comments, no
Yeah,
likes.
you gotta change, my friend. You gotta go ahead and make that change. You could utilize the text and get a image ad, and put that to work, and start generating leads, because
I
that's
understand. I
yeah,
understand. Let me ask you a question.
yeah,
All right. I'm definitely gonna do that. I just paused those ads because I mean, you feel it in your heart, but again, you want to hold on to a little hope of faith. Hopefully something will show up. Because I say to myself, you know what? Like, if I run this ad, even at $5 a day for 2, 3 months, all I need is 2, 3 sales to get my money back, stay afloat and keep going, right? So, but that's not really the point of being in business. Like, so anyway,
yeah, is to be breaking. Yeah, you want to be
so
way above.
let me ask you a question. This is the real thing. Because I've tested your dude. I've tested every possible thing on Facebook, and I already spent on Facebook, just so you know, and not much. I tend to be like a quick learner, so, but I spent about $600 on Facebook. And that's been throughout the last 2 years, slowly just experimenting, doing what I
Yeah,
have to do. And incredibly, when I run traffic to my website, I get plenty of leads. But then I'm supposed to wait for 150 to 200 clicks before I see an actual form. I get desperate. I shut it down. I start over again. Incredibly, um, one time I tested like the call your local business, something like that. Put my phone number in there. Incredibly, the person didn't call. Someone actually signed up on my website and I enrolled them. And it was for a phone call, and he actually filled out a form. So it's like there's no really concrete way as to how it's gonna go. So I'm definitely gonna take your advice. I stopped that. I'm gonna stop these two assets that I'm running because I realized I would need to put not $5 on each of them, but at least $20 on each of them for to see something within 30
Just
days.
pick one. Yeah, or just pick one. Just pick one. Now, let me ask you, and I'm gonna continue, but I'll use you as the example. So we have our ad. We did our we checked with depending on your business, you'll see in there that there's a section, and I'm gonna show you in a minute where you can choose your demographics, who you want to go after. Now, are you sending people to the Facebook form, or are you trying to send them to your website to fill out a form?
With the ones that I'm doing now, the one that I just told you about, the 20% engagement is actually a form, real beautiful form, with an extra slide to confirm the information because I didn't want no nonsense leads. It seems like people, I don't know, I don't understand that part either. Like people fill out a form just like for fun, just to like feel like their life matter or something. Because it's like they don't want to answer the phone after that. You call them a million times, they don't
Yeah,
answer the phone.
but
So
that's every business. I got a car dealer that we do work for. They got a sales room, and every caller in there does 1,000 to 3,000 calls a day.
that's incredible.
It
That's not manually, right?
with my sales team for credit repair, they do on average upwards of, depending on if they get people on the line, but they could do 300 calls a day.
Yeah,
That's just part of it. That's the work. That's you being the farmer where you're planting the
for
seed.
sure.
And then
I
if
know
you
what that feels like. I
yeah.
started at a call center. My
Yeah,
fingers
so
used
you
to
see,
hurt.
they do that. So you're using the Facebook lead ad form? Or
Yes,
you made
and again, we have the extra slide to confirm the information. Then
okay.
they download a picture at the end, like a free gift, so something real beautiful and powerful. But two questions like, are you really ready to like take this fresh start? Like, what's the best time to call you? Put your time and a day, that kind of stuff. But in reality, I believe these two ads was killing it. Is a $5 budget. So this is a real question I want to ask you. I have a real great landing page. I've tested it. I have this website. Let me see if I get you the name. Hold on. It's called hold on.
Yeah, let's see if we can share it. And while you're looking for that, I just want to describe this to everyone that's listening. When you have your ad, the next thing that you'll be able to do is make a form, a Facebook lead form on their site. And I'm going to show you how to do that. That's where you can, instead of the people having to leave the platform, because a lot of people don't want to leave it, Facebook gives you this option to where you can capture their information on the platform, and then you can send those leads to your autoresponder, or you can just download them later. And this has really worked very good because it helps you get more leads, and it allows the person to be interested in what you had to offer, and then they can continue doing their scrolling and stuff with what they want to do. Now, the thing to pay attention though, when you're making those forms, is that that's like another advertisement. So you can have a great ad, and if your opt-in form, even if you do it on a website opt-in page, if it does not remain consistent with what you had with your ad, with the video ad, with whatever you're doing, that's going to put doubt in that person's mind. Every step that they have to take to become a lead, can make them think that, hey, this is something that I'm skeptical about, or I may not want to fill out the form because this just doesn't look right. So you want to always pay attention to that. And I'm going to show you how to put those forms together. Did you put that? You could put that page in here so we could go to it in the comment.
Yeah. Let me do that. It's called GT Metrics. Basically, like, is a platform where you put in your domain.com, that whatever, and basically like they'll run it and check it for like a stature and like overall like speed on it and things like that. Right. So I actually got an A on it. Like my website has an A, opposed to people that been in the business, because I ran their stuff too, opposed to people that been in the business for like 20 years getting a B or a C. So the changes that got me that A really came about after I stopped running the traffic to my website. So I'm always putting my foot in two different places. I'm always like, damn,
Yeah,
should I keep spending money? Because running the forms on Facebook, that's like their premium service. That's the most expensive thing they have. So
I don't know
I
about
keep
that.
telling my
Are you saying like to generate the leads? That's not, I mean, maybe to other people it could be, or maybe when someone isn't doing it right, it could be. But I mean, I could just tell you just straight up, no lie, that that lead form, uh, that the Facebook lead form has done over what, probably almost $3 million. And I've spent, I think up to this year, I think I'm at 300,000. So there's people who say that they're not there's a lot of people that sell stuff about Facebook ads. They tell everybody all of this stuff, but they're not really doing it. They're not really spending their money. What they're doing is selling people programs to do stuff. And then when people buy those programs and it don't work, then they ask them questions about, well, how can I make this work? Like the question that you asked me about what was going on with generating leads, if anyone has put their ads together and they're using video, I'm telling you right now, just do a test, like just test, put in that static image and put in, just, don't go too far with your message. Make sure that it has what you do and the benefit, and you generate those leads. You will see that your business can turn around quickly. Now, yes, you are going to need to make phone calls to get people on the phone, but I'm going to show you, and I talked about this last week. If you had, just imagine if you got over each week 100 leads, you're thinking, or most people think, and I used to think this way, if they don't buy my product or service, like, well, then there's nothing I can do with that lead. I'm telling you, you can make money from people who will never buy your product or service. All you have to do is link something that is similar to what you're doing to what they might be interested in, and you will be able to turn those leads into money. Like whenever you hear someone say, they call it a self-liquidating offer. That's what they call it, where you opt in and then they end up buying some ebook or something for $10, and those people, they never have to pay for ads because enough people will buy those books or ebooks, like it just averages out, and they never have to have an advertising budget after they get that going. What I did is I reversed that and did it a different way. I said I want to bring in as many leads as possible. We're going to try to sell as many people as possible through our sales process, but also, I'm not, if people don't buy from me, I have plenty of other offers that link in with whatever company I'm doing those leads for my company, that will link in with something that they could be interested in. And so when you say that, the people aren't answering, they're not answering the phone.
I think that was because I wasn't doing a targeted audience. I was just doing the whole United States, 18 to 65, no target. I figure, again, we don't really know what we were doing. So I
Yeah.
figured, hey, you know what? Everybody has debt. So that sounds good to me. But then I realized that the learning phase will go into parts of the pool, spending money learning that I didn't want it to go there. So I switched my audience to target. I picked about 29 categories. And after that, no more leads. Just
Yeah,
straight
that,
little impressions and nothing else. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna edit my videos as we speak. I'm gonna take those videos out. I'm gonna just leave the picture images, and I'm gonna run it for another week. If it doesn't bring in at least something I could work with, Steve,
you will.
then
I guarantee you, and you need to watch the ad every day. Do not let that ad run for 7 days without
dude,
starting to
I
generate.
I watch it so much. The app be freezing sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta watch you watch it. If it don't do it the first day, you change it something little. But if you just keep it focused on what you do and the benefit, and don't try to sell, you're gonna see that that's gonna work. That's all you got to do. Just stick with that and get people coming in, get leads coming in, and then you can start working harder on getting people on the phone, because that's going to be the next thing that you're going to go through. So let me go ahead and move forward here with that opt-in form, and I'm going to show everybody this in a minute, is that you need to have a privacy policy page too put together on your site. This is important because Facebook, whenever you're doing lead generation on Facebook, they want to know that you have a privacy policy page telling people what you're doing with their name, their information. If you don't have that put together on your page, they can later come and try to shut down your or just stop you from being able to advertise on their platform, because they just want you to be able to let people know. And then on your thank you page, will you be calling people back? This right here could help you with what you're going through. On that thank you page, you could, if you're not selling people right away on it, you can tell people what you're going to be doing. You can say, we're going to call you from this number. Remember, they're getting hit by telemarketers all day, left and right, fake numbers, all this stuff. So you could tell them, hey, we're going to be calling you from this number or this area code, or whatever you could do so you can
You
make that
know, it's funny, Steve. Like,
uh
if I was to follow my doubts, I think I already had done it already. But we come from a background where we want to be professional and courteous. And I feel it's just like when you treat a girl too nice, it just doesn't work. Like when you're just plain out blunt and you just put everything on the table, I think people see the real person behind it, or some type of truth that converts into more conversions, honestly.
yeah, it is true, where you're just saying, hey, like, I mean, a way, well, this the way I do it. If I'm generating leads and we're going to call somebody back, we're telling people, depending on which business I'm doing it for, if we just need to call people back, I'm telling them, I'm prepping them for us to call them back with this about the service that we have. Like, we're not trying to be tricky about it, or anything. As a matter of fact, I don't even give, there's one offer out there that I did with the I do that with the YouTube that I talked about last week. But with my ads that I run on Facebook, I don't give nobody no ebook, no nothing. I just want a person to make a decision off of reading that ad. Do you want credit repair service? And if so, click learn more. When they click learn more, we get name, email, phone number. When they submit it, it goes to our sales process, and it also goes to our sales page. So they can learn about what we do. If they choose to sign up on their own, they can, but they're going to know that we're going to be calling them back. And there's other stuff that we have in place, but I don't want to overwhelm people, because if you just do the three things that I just talked about, you're going to be on your way. So the next thing is, what I just talked about this. If you're going to either call people back, if not, then you need to have something in place to be able to talk to people about what you had to offer, or if you're trying to get them to visit their location, because we also do this for stores also. So let's go to this next one here. And this is just, this one here, like, I've done it for restaurants where we generated leads, and when they click the submit button, it went to a coupon page, told them what it was about, and it also automatically sent them a sent them the coupon in their email. You could do the same thing. So here, before I get to
Hey, I used to run this campaign, right, for a boss I had. We will offer a free laptop. When a person will call in or we'll get in contact with them, we'll be like, hey, you don't qualify because you have bad credit, but we have this great program.
well, that hey, you know, they could be upset. Some people could be, but that would be, some people might get upset with that. I know that it could work in numbers, but I just rather be straight up with people and just say, hey, we can help you, and just do our job on getting them to either answer the phone or to keep going back to our website to see what we got to offer. So once you have your leads going in, and I use the lead form on Facebook, then you want to also connect that to your autoresponder. This is very important because, again, with all of the people that are out there, all of the fake stuff, all of the people ripping people off, they need to learn more about you. Some people won't even answer their phone until they know more about you. And so what I learned when I first put my sales automation in place, this is the autoresponder, where when they became a lead, it went automatically into an email list, and it did the follow-up for us. And all I did at the beginning is I made one email per week, and it was just about what we do, and then it gave them the opportunity to to go to our website and see what we had to offer. From doing this here, I started finding out that after 7 days, people started to ask us to call them. People started to go to the website to sign up for themselves. And also, people thought that I was personally sending them these emails. And so I didn't really know the power on this. And also, when they talked to my sales reps, that my reps told me that people seemed like they already kind of knew us. And that's because we kept sending them messages. Now, this message isn't about just buying. So what I do, this is my secret. And this group that's here, this is real deal stuff. So this is what I do. So and just make 4 of them once a week when you're getting started. And then if you could commit, over a period of time, to just add another week. Right now I have 67 emails in one of my funnels, and it goes out every 3 days. And then every day, it does not matter if it's a holiday or whatever, I send out an email blast. And on the email blast, it asks people if they're interested, if they want to buy now. So the email blast is to buy now. The regular week to week emails is content. So you're going to pick again. You could, just like we did with the Facebook page, you could pick those subjects and then you put them in an email, and then you still need to put, if you want to learn more information, you can reply, or you can give us a call, or you can click here and go to our website to learn more about what we have to offer. And I'm telling you, if you do that over and over again, people are going to be like, they know, like, and trust you. And when they are ready to make a move to get their credit repaired, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be like, who was that person that was emailing us? Who was that? And it's going to pop in their mind. They're going to be like, go to the email. That's the company we want to go with. I'm telling you, I have people that sign up that became leads 2, 3, 6 months ago, and they kept getting that email blast, even when they went past the 3 days for the regular with the regular 63 emails that we have in the list, and they're just only getting the daily email blast. People will open it and they will go to the site, and then some of them, every day somebody buys from us, or a group of people will buy from us without even talking to my reps. And it has to be because at some point you do hit them at the right time. That happens where somebody's like, I'm sick of this. The first company that called me, the first company I see, I'm going to buy from them. That's how businesses survive. But if you want to thrive, what you want to do is you want to put something in place and you want to control those people until they ask to be off of your list. And you keep reminding them of what you do because they're going to get hot one day. They're going to get turned down one day and they're going to be ready to do something. It doesn't matter. I do this for attorneys that do bankruptcy. I do this for with the medical. I done it for even auto repair shops and tire shops where people just, either something happens that day and they got to get something done, and you want to be. They call it top of mind in the advertising business. We call it top of mind. Like McDonald's, even though some people don't eat there, don't think it's the best place, but they're top of mind. If you're going to get something quick, you know that you can run to McDonald's and get it quick.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Let me ask you a question. Do
And
you
while you're doing that,
consider
I'm gonna start getting this ready to share this other stuff. Go ahead.
do you consider putting the pricing on the primary text a good idea?
No, because how can somebody buy something without knowing anything really about your company except for what they read? They're not ready. You're trying to get the hook too quick. You're fishing and you throwing the bait out there, but they're like, it's too much skepticism out there for you to make that work. Now, if you bring them in and you're like, hey, uh, I have this, whatever your product or service is, I help people with this stuff and get more information. You want to get as many people to want more information because they raise their hand, so they have some sort of interest, and then you want to do your due diligence on responding to them. And the thing about it is, once they become leads, you control them. You can test different messages, and you're not using additional budget when you're doing that testing. So think about it that way. Let's just say you run your Facebook ads for a whole month, and you get all these leads, and then you shut off your Facebook ads and you just go into testing your autoresponder to see what message can I say to people to get them to reply back? What message can I say to them to go to my website? What message can I say to them to call us? And so you're going to learn more stuff about your business. Hold on one sec. You're going to learn more stuff about what you can do to get people to respond about your business. People are going to tell you stuff about your business that you didn't even know about, that they were skeptical about it on. Like when we tend to think about what our business is like it's the best, and people don't think about us that way. That's them. You think about my business that way with anything I'm trying to sell you. They think about that same way with your business with anything that you're trying to sell them. So the best way to alleviate those fears with people is to set up a process to let them get to know your business. And so if you just get as many people as possible to get to know your business on a daily basis, you're going to turn that corner and eventually be able to have a lot of people start to buy services from your business. But you're going to have that funnel continually, funnel of people continually coming in, which is which from what you're describing to me is what is really what I think everybody on this call, that's what you're really trying to do, is to be able to wake up in the morning and be like, I got a certain amount of people that's looking to do business with me, and it'll make you feel real good when you have that. So real quick, I'm gonna speed this up by showing you the samples here. And are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. And I'm just getting this set here. And if anyone else has a question, put it in the comments. I just got to get this page open.
Go ahead. Trust me when I tell you, I'm definitely taking notes.
I hear you, man. I appreciate it. And I promise anyone on here, I promise you, you know, because I know, you know, we've all sat on these webinars and stuff. Not to say that everybody isn't telling the truth, but I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is the truth. Like I do this stuff. I'm about to show you that you don't have to have a huge budget. Uh, if you know what you're doing, you can make this work. But it all has to start with you running, uh, generating leads. Anyone that's struggling with their business, you should really not be trying to push too hard for the sale. You should be, and I know that that's tough, but when it was said to me, I was like, you crazy. But you should be pushing to generate leads.
I understand. Is that I've heard it a million times, Steve. I had two bosses. One was Italian, the other one was a Jew. You can imagine the combination. And the Italian will always say, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. You send out a million emails, you definitely get something back. That's it.
Yeah, he well in this it is a numbers game, but you wanna make sure that you you know that you're not playing the numbers the wrong way. So now here I'm gonna show you. Here is one of my campaigns from one of the accounts for my business right here. So uh look at that. I launched this ad in 11. I always put the date when I launched that ad. That's 11/28/20. That's how long this one ad has been running. So let's just put for let's just say, I don't know, let's do 1 year. Well, let's do maximum on that one ad.
I
So
always
here,
wanted to ask you that if you had Spanish leads, because sometimes I have people ask me that, like, I tell them, yeah, I'm kind of starting a small project, whatever, whatever. Sometimes they don't speak English. They be like, hey, can I call them in Spanish? And I'll be like, I don't think so. But
yeah,
I
no,
see you run
you
campaigns
got
for
to get,
Spanish leads.
yeah, you got to get a Spanish person. I have a Spanish person on staff, but so this one ad here, this one here, I done spent 32 on it, and then uh this is how many leads from that one ad right there. And then this is another offer that we have for helping people with court uh issues, 5,100 leads. And here's the average cost right there. So 413, 331. This ad here, Facebook told me that this ad here, and it wasn't nothing that they did. And look at this, the budget on those two. They told me that this ad is like the number one ad for what I do, for with that it's the one of the top ranking ads that's being ran on Facebook. Like they told me that. They sent it to me. That there was nothing else that I needed to do. And I also, and I'm gonna have in later videos, I have a TikTok ad, and TikTok told me, they asked my permission, can they put me on their board for having the top ad for that service. So I know what I'm doing with this stuff, and I'm teaching all of you, you know, really how to do this. So now let's quickly run through this real quick, because I'm running out of time here. We're running a little bit over. Uh, so let's go here. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna run through this quick. So just make sure that you're following, and I'm recording this too, so I'm gonna put that on there. So you can see here. Here go the categories. If you screw this up and you're in any one of these demographics, if you do that, you can get your account can end up getting banned. It could slip through, but it can end up getting banned. Uh, Always name your accounts. You can see my budget. I've tested the but campaign. This one here, you do want to turn that on, because that can get them to push your ad a lot better based on their algorithm. And I can tell you also one of the reasons why your ad maybe had stopped running when you did those different uh, uh, categories for your targeting is that it sometimes it doesn't even matter. You can see here I have this limited targeting, but Facebook is also going off of your keywords. And then you can see here if you're doing in any of those categories, they're going to take away the option to be able to do anything with this because they don't want you discriminating. All right. If you don't put a goal here for here, they tell you to do it. It's going to make your ad work 10 times hard. And so what people will do is they'll say, okay, I want to pay $1 a lead. Don't do that. Just don't do it. Facebook people will tell you to do it. It don't work. It's going to destroy your ad. Here's the ad that I talked about. Right here, you can see this one here, 791. The shares, you see that. Here's the advance. So the reason why you want to have those headlines, remember I was telling you how you want to have it because they're going to they're going to show it in these different ways here. So you can see all these different ads. I mean, all these different types of placements that they could have. So you want to pay attention to that there. All right, so I showed this. I want to show you something real quick. So now when we talked about the form. So this is connected to, this is right here where you create the form. So I'm just gonna show you how that looks. You have to make sure that you following their policies with that stuff there. So right here with the form, see, this remains consistent. So they saw me in that picture. They see here this remains consistent with what I'm talking about. And all you would want to do is you would just want to fill out this information. So you want to name your form. So you can name it. I'm not going to save this one. You want to keep more volume because you want to have more, as many people as possible. Keep your same image. You could either list like we do a consultation, whatever you want to do, these bullet points, or you could just do a paragraph. I'm just typing that right now, but you could put that there and then in your headline. That there, your questions. So automatically they're going to put name and email automatically. You always want to move this up like this. And in your category, your other field, you want to put the phone number, have that 123. Your privacy policy, remember I told you about the privacy policy? You got to put that in here. You got to have that link there. And in the link test, you just put privacy policy. See how it fills in there? Because they want people to know what you're going to do with their information. And then the last part is you're going to put, I always say thank you for.
Okay, so you just raised the question, Steve. You said you always want to put the campaign budget optimization, etc. Question. Is that a major change in the sense of the learning phase? Like once I update my ads with this new information, I'm gonna switch that on. Is that a good idea, or should I just start the ad all over again?
Yeah, you should start it all over again and put that on there. Once an ad is wrecked, you just shut it down. Once an ad is wrecked, you can rarely recover an ad, and it's because the algorithm is stuck with that ad. So you on this spot, you want to put your site, your web to your sales page, and then you want to put here, and you can see that button is there. So click here to, or you can say for more
Right.
details.
You
And
have no idea how many times I started over and over and over and over again and again and again and again and again. I won't say I would want to throw in the towel because I don't think
No.
I wouldn't do that.
Did,
But
do you have my program?
what program's that, Steve?
The one that I'm about to put the link on, because what I tell people to do, I'm about to put the link while we're closing out. I'm gonna put the link. Um, I because I tell people in my program what you should do is you should just watch my videos over and over and over again until you get it, because it will work for you. It will work, but you, like you said, you are fighting through it. But I think that you're doing just a few things wrong that is kind of that's throwing you off from being able to get you to where where you want to be.
That's exactly what it is. You feel it sometimes in the air. You feel like something's just not clicking. But again, when you just plain honestly, like when you just don't know what you're doing, it's just a matter of like testing it until you figure it out. And
Yeah,
it, and I've been past that point. Honestly, like this meeting has helped me incredibly because like I got to see what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong, as you said. You know, and that's why I've asked you so many questions. I've known you for a few years now. You've been up there this whole time, so
yeah, that's right. I mean, it's I'm here. I'm really here. I really do this. I'm gonna
some you
put
know
this
what it is?
link.
I'm gonna tell you something else too. Like sometimes I just be like, you know what? Just buy leads from Steve. You know what I mean? Just keep getting leads from him and you're set, right? But then the fear will come in like my business should depend on its own, you know what I mean? Like I should
Exactly, and
learn
that's what
this.
I don't I say that. I say that you don't want your business with the word of mouth, because you never know what they're gonna say that day. You don't want to depend on that. And then you don't want your business, you don't even want to buy leads. And also it's kind of dangerous to really be buying leads right now. These some states are really putting the hammer down on it. Google already doesn't I don't even think they allow lead vendors per se to even advertise. You'll see that they'll come up, but they don't allow you to be an advertiser saying that you sell leads anymore. So, hey, I got to close out here. I put the link there. I want everyone. I've shown you what I've done, what I'm doing. I showed you, just on that one ad, how much money I've spent. And if I was to put the lifetime of all of my ads, it would be, I think it's close to 300,000. And that's just for my business. That's not me advertising for other people. I have another account for other people's businesses. That's just for my one business. And I have another business that's even more than that in the health business. And so uh, I invite anyone. I put the link in the comment section there. You can take a look at what I have to offer there. It's the
I
real
will.
deal.
Trust me when I tell you, aside from the leads and the other things, like I said, you know what? Like as soon as my business is up and I'm really making that money, I figure I would just hire you as the coach, advisor, anything like that. Because I said to myself, even if you master Facebook ads, Steve has been in the business for over 20 years. It's not just Facebook ads, it's the issues with the laws and banking and taxes, the problems that come up that you know the solutions to. So trust me when we tell you, we definitely have you in mind, Steve.
Well, I appreciate that. And everybody, I thank you for coming. We're gonna close it out here, and I'm gonna have another one next week. We're gonna pick we're gonna kind of go into more detailed, and I want some of you to give me some of your examples. Let me see what you're doing so I can kind of help you, get you to where you want to be. So thank you, everybody. I am gonna post this if you want to review it. I'll send out an email, and everybody have a good night and happy new year.
Damn. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.